Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is that time once again. It's time for another Scrim Game. And it's been a long time since the last one, but some things just don't want to change. It's your boy, WhiteShadow. And today, I want to say it's the beginning of a new era, but that new era started kind of like half a year ago. It's been a minute, but we've been taking good care of ourselves here at the Scrim Game series, and today is one of those days. We've got another match for you guys, Johnson Society versus Blazing Inferno. This is the 12th televised Scrim Game. And the interesting thing about here is, I'm just going to say it right off the bat, we always talk about the new generations here at the Scrim Game series, from the very beginning, the original generation, to the first new generation, the second, and so on and so forth. So I believe this is actually the 4th new generation, bringing about some new players that you guys are going to be seeing. They've already been debuting, but this will be probably, for a lot of them, their first televised appearance. And so we're going to start with Johnson Society. We're going to have a tank lineup of WhiteShadow, Chimper, Damage, D, Slothby, BigButtyMan, and support, BlastedHagan, and Ultimate. Now obviously you guys may notice this is 6v6 and not 5v5, mostly because, you know, nostalgia hits like crazy, especially in this game. So we got a solid team, I say, here. Obviously you can see the team captain is WhiteShadow, and the WhiteShadow Chimper tank line is about to hit like crazy as well. Slothby and BigButtyMan, 2 new players, and Hagan, who returns from the old new gens, and then Ultimate as well. There's also a new player. So a good mix of old and new, lots of experience backing up this team. But it could be interesting to see how they're going to deal with their opposition, especially considering the shakeups that our people have had in the meantime. And speaking of which, that's Blazing Inferno, led by PlusUltra, BeastMaster, Kavaa, ATP, and Mumi. Now, it's been a minute since the last time we've all seen ATP, and we can for sure say that he's improved. Also on this team, BeastMaster, you've probably already seen before, but we also have PlusUltra, and Kavaa, and Mumi. These are all new players seeking to put themselves out there a little bit more, especially in the case of PlusUltra. You'll notice that he already has a reputation with being a tank player and just being a really good one at that. So, but again, this is 6v6, not 5v5, and it takes 2 to tango, or in this case 4, because there's going to be 4 tanks on the playing field. It's going to be really interesting how all that's going to mess around, especially because we've seen a lot more versatility from certain players come out, which I hope we'll see today. As you can see here on the map set, there's Clash instead of Assault. Clash is unfortunately getting Thanos snap, but we saw everything as always on Control, and it's going to be Ilios, one of the more famous of the maps here. One thing I will say though, behind the scenes, is that I'm glad that for this televised scrim, we really strayed away from the usual maps. Usually you'd see something like Lijiang Tower or Oasis, and a little variety doesn't hurt. And in terms of the Scrim Game series, Ilios is definitely not really a common map. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've only seen it twice before. And for me personally, I've always enjoyed the new matchups, especially because how the maps work in this game. But again, 6v6, 2 tanks on the field, the 2-2-2, meaning a lot more teamwork, meaning a lot more dependency on people to really play well to the role. And we're counting down here with Johnson Society. It's a new day, it's a new scrim, let's get it going. And right off the bat, we're seeing the team comps. Hazard Reinhardt here from Johnson Society. Slothby on the signature Torgon, and BigButty on Bastion, Hagan on Lucio. Almost a classic strat right there, and Slothby already eliminates his brother right there. Getting the first pick off. PlusUltra's gonna go down, and it seems like Blazing Inferno was already gonna go back to spawn for this first team fight. Really fast there. And that's what I like to see personally as a Overwatch 1 player. Many people may disagree, but just seeing how critical those first initial picks are. And Johnson Society is going to take advantage of that and start building up their progress. One thing to take note of here is that Chimper already has a majority of his ult ready, which is crazy to think about. Reinhardt's just be swinging. And we saw I am Taco swapping over to the hazard to mirror WhiteShadow. The walls coming out. You see a pin, successful with the Chimper. He doesn't even get very low. He's going to back up to his team. Get WhiteShadow's there, the DPS, so he can get some work on into society. Kavaa answers by eliminating Big Buddy. Overall, it seems like Blazing Inferno are retreating. And we saw Chimper going in. There is a tactical wall there to prevent Chimper from overextending. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But as for the rest of Blazing Inferno, we're just waiting for the respawns. Shatter came out there by PlusUltra, hits a bunch of shield. He's gonna go for the pin, misses, but Chimper does go down, he's very low. So now maybe Blazing Inferno have a chance. The Katsune Rush comes out. Seems like they're gonna invest. The Soda Jones Society, they got a coalescence out on the field. Half the team is very low. Those tanks only have a lot of healing and they can't really live otherwise. So despite all that investment, they are not going to pick up the win for the team fight here. So it's back to spawn yet again as we see Chimper coming back. One thing to take note of is, well, first of all, as we see BeastMaster is in the back line, but Hazard is quite a capable tank on his own, especially when we talk about in 6v6 with the reliance on the second tank. Hazard really shines as a character for how survivable he is. Blazing Inferno, BeastMaster getting really low during the retreat. Actually, it's Hagan, BlastedHagan getting eliminated a little early right there, got caught off guard, but in the meantime, a big combo. WhiteShadow and BigButtyMan use both the roles, tactical coordination right there. Big Buddy and Ultimate did go down though because ATP was in the back line, but other than that, that was a relatively straightforward round. Joins the Society with the very first round win. It was pretty simple actually from the looks of it. We're going to see some swaps obviously, but what I was trying to say before I got interrupted was, of course, Hazard is really good at 6v6. He is capable by himself, he has a lot of survivability, he has a lot of tankiness, but with the second tank he can really dive more, so to speak, into his divish nature. So now we're going to go back to the game. Now we're replacing Inferno. Really keeping the same team comp, except, I don't know, Mimi might swap off to a Moira. Something for Johnson Society. Round 2, I'm trying to see where we're at. Looks like it's the Lighthouse. And there's the Widow from BeastMaster. It's been known to destroy lobbies. Hagan getting really aggressive here. He's going to get eliminated almost instantly. The Red Lucio is not going to work in the situation. So Johnson Society already down with no support. Blazing Inferno's pushing in. PlusUltra pins Chimper, but he's one. He's lower than him somehow. And there goes Sloppy eliminating his support. BeastMaster goes down in the mid again. Johnson Society gets the point first. Someone's on point here, but I believe it's a Moira or a Soldier. No, it's ATP, never mind. ATP having to self-Suzu. And now BeastMaster is actually on the Sombra. That's how another main character. As we see, PlusUltra is very low. He's going to have to pin. He tried to pin Chimper, but actually, I believe Chimper is now very isolated from his team. He's dead, and we saw WhiteShadow go in to try to save him. He's also going to get stalled. And that is not what Johnson Society want. Meanwhile, we see BeastMaster on the Sombra. He's already on the other side of the map, being a nuisance on that Sombra. Gets the hack on Big Buddy, and he's down immediately. He just can't do anything about it. Finally, doesn't finally get the point. Chimper with a shatter. Hit 2 people. But he's pretty low himself. He has no supports really. And it seems like that's in the final door for now. There was a boop there by the pin that booped Chimper shatter. Maybe he was in range of a lot more targets, but that boop just made all the difference. And now PlusUltra is going to be coming in on his own. Same thing with an EMP and Nicola since it's already ready. Johnson Society are working with maybe 4 ults next fight. The BeastMaster's still in the back line, along with ATP. And they're flanking pretty wildly. PlusUltra with a shatter onto Chimper. He's going to go down almost immediately. And the supports are down again. It's looking like a reset for Johnson Society. A very clean shatter, if I do say so myself. Another team fight win right there, and that was actually ATP getting 3. But Johnson Society didn't really have to use any of those 4 ults that I already mentioned. They're about to get 5 now. While Blazing Inferno had to use, I believe, 1. But there is an EMP here. There's a hack on the Slothkin. And he's dead again. Oh, he just completely eliminated. There goes Big Buddy. The backline is just absolutely destroyed by the Sombra. An EMP now to the other remaining 4 members, but he does get eliminated. There wasn't really much of a follow-up. There's a tactical visor by Kavaa trying to get something, but there's a hazard wall, insane hazard wall. Coalescence now by Ultimate. He's eating the charge along with his tanks, but WhiteShadow somewhere on the outskirts was not getting hit by that. But it doesn't matter because the rest of his team is able to capitalize, and slowly but surely, Johnson Society can get control of the point back. 39 to 94 is crazy work, I will say that. Blazing Inferno had a lot to work there with, and you see BeastMaster is still in the backline causing havoc. There's going to be a lot of ults this team fight, especially with Johnson Society. As Chimper's looking for a bait on the Shatter. Unsuccessful. That was pretty telegraphed. That was pretty good, not gonna lie. WhiteShadow with an ult. There is, though, another hat too, both hazard ults. Sound Barrier and Coalescence. There's a Torb Nut and a Bash and a Gallantry going on. Lots of people are low, but Iron Taco is the first one to die. Counterpin there by WhiteShadow. He's looking like he's going to call up the point, but he's back. Guess has some climb walls. There's a Katsune Rush, but all members of Blazing Inferno did get eliminated before that got me value. There was a Sombra still on the back line. Yeah, but the fall of ATP, now they're getting staggered a little bit as Johnson Society's at 91%. Slothbeat low, he cannot get healed by his team. Eliminated by the Cubits, unfortunately, you hate to see it. There is a stall here by I Am Taco, but nobody's looking to touch the point as we see Chimper taking I Am Taco with them, and yeah, nobody touched point. Yeah, you hate to see it, but sometimes it happens. But overall, a pretty strong performance there by Johnson Society. Seems to me like the tank line just wasn't really that coordinated for Blazing Inferno, and we saw what happened there. Even with BeastMaster playing a little bit of Mystery Heroes and getting success off of it, it's looking like the first map was pretty decisive. But anything can happen, as you guys know. So we're gonna take a quick break. from that first map. Seems like we're gonna have some subs. Swapping a lot of things around. We have BeastMaster on tank, Mumi on DPS, and pretty sure it's I Am Taco on support. And this is interesting right here for me because BeastMaster has had a reputation of not really being that good of a tank. However, in these recent months, it has improved, and maybe that's why they've swapped the whole team comp in order to make him into a better player. As we head into hybrid, it seems like it's going to be Blizzard World. I'm not really sure, first of all, what entirely this meta suggests. As I said, BeastMaster has had a little bit of work done on his tank play. However, I will say that for the most part it is not on par with the rest. But if it was significant enough for Inferno to change their entire team comp around him, maybe we're looking for an interesting strat. The real part of this is actually how the synergy would work with PlusUltra. As we load into Blizzard World, it's the Christmas one. Obviously appropriate for the time. Obviously now when you're watching this, probably not, but that doesn't matter. And being hybrid, this is again one of those maps that we don't really play that often in the Scrim Game series, which I'm obviously very proud of. But either way, the meta is definitely going to shift as we see we're loaded in. And it's exactly what I said, Reinhardt and Malga is definitely one of the team comps of all time, but Mumi on the Soldier, Mumi plays a lot of Soldier, and Kavaa still on the Soldier. So the double Soldier is in play. Johnson Society, it's looking like they're sticking pretty much the exact same thing they did, except WhiteShadow's on the signature Orisa and Chimper's on the Zarya. And I'm Taco's being put on Warrior Duty. As you roll out with Inferno, looking to get on the top right. So I don't know what the heck Kavá's doing right now. I don't know. bro is still playing Valorant, doing that standstill. But either way, that turret bastion by Big Buddy. Just making sure that Inferno can't really push this choke without using a lot of abilities. However, they do have a Malga, and that's BeastMaster right here. This character perfectly envisions BeastMaster's playstyle, which is just pedal to the metal as we see him going in. He is low. Lamp had to be used there for Chimper, and it goes down, and so does him. Big Buddy there made a response, but he goes in as well. So 2 are down for the Johnsons. That's when we're looking for some headshots here. Go for the turret, very nice indeed, but their Moira goes down. However, they're still making this push slowly, a little bit, slowly but surely. PlusUltra swinging a hammer, has to put the shield up a little bit. Slothful was low there, has to go back for a health pack as WhiteShadow posts up just to get people off, but they're just gonna bull rush him the whole way through. Lamp was used pretty late. Bastion's back. When BeastMaster goes in, he decides now is the time. He's slowly gonna find out that that wasn't really the wisest of choices. Coalescence comes out by ultimate. As Chimper is back. That's slow actually by their ITP, so they're investing to try to get this. They've got one tick, however they cannot survive the rest of the fight. And Chimper was all a big difference maker right there. You need a tank, and especially against 2. And Zarya with high charge as well. Zarya with high charge. So for the meantime, that was almost 1.5 minutes they were burned by the Inferno. And they got a 1 3/4 sticks. Now we have ults for the Johnsons and for the Inferno. Support ults are going to be very crucial in this next team fight, especially because we don't have any tank ults just yet. However, the Johnsons do have both damage ults as we see BeastMaster go in. There was an amplification matrix there. Coalesces now by ultimate, both support ults by the Inferno. Shadow there by PlusUltra, gets the people on the ground, the lamp is clean. However, WhiteShadow gets pinned. He's not able to live through that. And once again, Inferno making their way up the hill. BeastMaster just setting everybody on fire. Kavaa invests the visor. Not really sure if that was pretty wise, especially with Clean picks that they already have, but either way. And a cage fight there by BeastMaster. So if they're using his ult, not really getting that much value, especially outside of the cage. But now, Inferno get the win. As BeastMaster just goes on and pushes on ahead. I'm telling you, BeastMaster on this map is going to be a very difficult challenge for the Johnsons to take care of. BeastMaster just does not know where to press the S key, as you can see. And he's going to get rewarded with this playstyle with a little bit of a combo. The Grav and Orisa ult proved to be stronger than the Katsuna Rush. And then Chimpers again onto the front line. Pinned there by PlusUltra, misses. You know what he's going for. He's going for the off the map pin. The Big Buddy's in turret mode, forcing Inferno away. Boomy was low there, almost fell. But he does get healed. Because now we have some ults for the Inferno. As the Johnsons actually used a lot of the ults. But they still have both supports again. As Moomy dangerously low again. BeastMaster goes in, he's low, gets Suzu'd. He's gonna go down. And unfortunate timing with the coalescence, but they're gonna push on regardless. Finally, the overclock by Moomy. And Johnsons are on their way back. And that's just the kind of playstyle that the Inferno need right now. High damage, constant aggression, very oppressive. And now we see WhiteShadow swapping over to the Malga himself. You do need a Malga of your own, I'd say. Can't really out damage it. WhiteShadow already getting low. Having to use a bubble on him. Coalescence now by ultimate. As everybody was pretty low on the Johnsons, we have a Bastion over here, gets the tank. You know, Inferno on the run. WhiteShadow goes in and gets a stop on me. And that's gonna force people out. As you can see right there, it's very, very interesting the fact that for these Malga comps, it's just, I call it brain rot, but really, it's just high damage and high oppressiveness. As Chimper's low, somebody on the team is always constantly low when it comes to Malga comps. Anybody, as you can see, both Malgas get traded. A ramp, an advisor, but a shatter. So many things just hitting my screen that I can't even properly talk about it as they come up. But what you need to know is that Inferno win that team fight. The shatter and visor was a pretty good combo. And now they're pretty sure they're gonna make this checkpoint. Yeah, there they are. And the Johnsons actually got caught in the bad spawn. They have to make their way around. But it looks like Inferno going in. There's PlusUltra. WhiteShadow getting low, expending his regenerative ability just to stay alive. And then goes BeastMaster. And then he has an ult. Yep. There he goes with an ult. He's not going to let them run away. So now Johnsons are officially getting staggered. This BeastMaster on the left side of your screen is still going in. Like I said, this man does not know the S key. He's actually going to eliminate Slothby, but the ATP goes down, but I don't think it matters. This lead right here that Inferno have gotten off these two team fights has been very crucial, and they're going to be slowing down. WhiteShadow finally puts a stop to it. BeastMaster getting dangerously low here. He's going to lose the Malga battle. Didn't have enough healing, but Moomy has another ult. Here's a grab. Has 3 people in it. They're going to go down. I think that's all that they needed. Because now we see Inferno starting to retreat. Half their team is dead. Kavaa getting caught off guard, unfortunately. And now it's getting a little bit interesting yet again. Johnsons have a lot of ults. The Inferno don't have as many, but they do have both support ults. Here comes WhiteShadow looking for a little aggression. He's in with the ult. A Bastion combo incoming and a Matrix. He's gonna get Moomy, only Moomy. That was kind of unfortunate. WhiteShadow goes down and PlusUltra lands a big slam. And all of a sudden the tides have been turned. Gets in a rush from ATP. That was it for that fight. That was insane. Somehow, some way, ATP, I believe, did not get caught in that cage fight. And was just able to support his team, even through 3 ults. That was actually crazy to think about. And it's not looking good for the Johnsons. They use a lot of ults, so we're going to have 2 this next team fight. Moomy right now has the methods, has the means to end this fight and the round. Coalescence from both Malgas actually, but WhiteShadow still goes down. Molten Core here by Slothby, but half his team is already dead. Moomy's looking to end the fight right here. It's just Chimper. He has a bubble, but it's not going to last very long. And just like that, I'm pretty sure, with 39 seconds remaining, the Inferno are going to finish Blizzard World. And that was an insane sequence. Hopefully we will eventually get to go back later. But that cage fight, I get the idea, but 3 ults for 1 kill was kind of crazy. I'm not really sure what was going on there, especially for BigButtyMan. I'm pretty sure he put all his shots in the same area. If he had spread that out a little bit, maybe could have gotten a little more value, but somehow the Inferno survived that and just pushed on ahead. PlusUltra, of course, hit that big slam, and now we're swapping sides. So Johnsons now have to attack. And if anything proves, is that this kind of team comp is just gonna be the exact same way. Same play, same beat at all times, so. As far as their attack goes, Slothby's actually swapping over to a Reaper. Definitely want the damage part of the comp. Reaper Bastion with a Malga is actually insane. Let me just say that right off the bat. Meanwhile, the Inferno, it looks like BeastMaster is on Diva and Mumi's on Mei. I've seen the Mei strats before, but I don't know if I've ever seen BeastMaster play Diva. But you never know, especially when it comes to 6v6. Diva's really good at 6v6, especially when it comes to eating a lot of damage. That's probably what this whole cup is about, mitigating the damage that Malga can expel. As the Johnsons come out of spawn. Mei shots on the left side of the screen. Big Buddy already half. Chimper very low. Tanks are low. That was a lot of damage that just got put onto them. Slothby looking for a flank. While the rest of the team is mid, or should I say they're transitioning over. Blazing Inferno know of the strats. They hear the big footsteps from the tanks. And there's a bit of a team fight going on here in this gift shot. WhiteShadow bursts through. Doesn't really hit anybody, but the tanks are now back. Now there's a maid here, just hiding. Support goes down, ultimate did go down, so Johnson is now both supports. It's looking like it's a reset. It's ATP with 3. And that did not look that good from the Johnsons as WhiteShadow gets staggered in his own spawn. That's kind of crazy. Just somehow the Inferno were out damaging the Johnsons. Just the tanks are always low, and they just didn't really have a basis for that push. They got kind of held when they were supposed to push forward. And speaking of withheld, Chimper is mad isolated from his team. A solo shatter on the WhiteShadow. He's gonna get slept, and all the CC just got hit onto WhiteShadow. You see the assist for, and again cleanup ensues. As ultimate, can he get back to his team? No, he cannot get back to spawn. Again, the front line just got absolutely decimated there by the Johnsons, and you see the swap. Chimper on the Ryan and WhiteShadow on the Zarya. Slothy did swap to Cassidy as well, and now they're finally running Moira Ana, going for the high healing, even though BlastedHagan just sent out a damage orb. PlusUltra getting stunned here. He's on the wrong side of the corner, but Chimper goes down. Consumer Rush. 2 coalescences. As Inferno are pushing the gas yet again. Ultimate goes down on the right side of the screen. Now goes Slothby. And I believe there's someone behind. Yep, and that's the Diva. Again, not looking too good for the Johnsons, as they just, somebody always dies first, and especially in these kind of comps, you cannot afford to lose somebody that early. As though the Johnsons have burned off the majority of their clock, only at 1 minute and 30 seconds. Chimper now getting walled off. They're looking to regress that. A Diva Bomb actually on the other side of the map, as Chimper pins PlusUltra, but he's low, so he's gonna go down. The rest of the team ensue. ATP goes down, he gets caught in no man's land. And now there's a bit of a team fight going on right here, as BeastMaster, you can hear him, is behind the Johnsons as they're pushing PlusUltra. He does go down, but again, Inferno just jumps on the Johnsons, and they just have no answer. And I don't know what the heck Kavaa's shooting Helix rockets at, but Chimper might get stalled again if he does not receive any healing. BeastMaster's out of his mech. He is very low, gets swung on by Chimper. Chimper actually puts the hammer down. 3 people get hit by that, and Hagan right now looking like a janitor. He's cleaning it up. PlusUltra's back on the point, but I believe it's just him and against the all incoming Johnsons. It's a pin on Chimper still, but this one go down. And finally, with 30 seconds left, the Johnsons look like they're finally getting progress on the point. Seems like Inferno might want to touch. Yep, there goes BeastMaster. He gets hindered before he can even touch the point. There is a Blizzard though. Looks like Inferno is investing. That Blizzard was thrown very awkwardly. Only manages to get 1 person frozen. And in the end, it doesn't even matter what happens from here because Johnson's got the point. Slothby finds I am talking. The Moira could not fade away due to being hindered. And actually, that was kind of a sell, I'm not gonna lie, from the Inferno. As half the team did go down, they were forced to retreat. And Johnsons just have spawn advantage, so they're going to get some free progress here. They're going to get around this corner, which is very crucial. One of the 3 spots to fight on Blizzard World. And we've got some ults. WhiteShadow has a grab. The team is kind of scattered. Visor from PlusUltra into a Visor, into another Coalescence. Nano here on the Deadeye. Not on the Deadeye, sorry, but on somebody, I don't know who. Sloppy gets 2, but he's going to go down himself. It's looking like a bit of a dogfight right now, as Johnsons are the ones who are retreating. I'm not really sure who got nailed there. I think it may have been the Reinhardt, but no ults were expedited, as now the Inferno are looking to punish this Reinhardt, but now there's a big grab. There's 4 people in here, and a fire strike into the grab. Coalescence was used there. I'm not sure if that was meant to be used. No, didn't think it was needed, but either way, Johnson's pushing in. And Chimper's pushing in as well. Hagan, though, gets caught. Kavaa takes a swing. And ATP right now is left alone on top of the building. I don't know what he's doing up there, but he's going to get eliminated. And the Inferno are going to have to try to stop this payload without a little ult there. I mean, without support, Chimper uses his ult. And the rest of the Inferno are now low and critical, and they're going to go back to spawn. And now same situation. Chimper now is the one aggressing in this room. In the old spawn. I believe it's just Kavaa who got caught in there, so 6-5, not really that bad compared to what it was on the previous attack round. But WhiteShadow taking the space, Chimper on the left side of the screen looking for some kind of a flank. And BlastedHagan again gets caught by ATP. Here's Sebastian on by BigButty trying to get some stragglers here. Doesn't really end up getting anybody, and both people are low there on Inferno. BeastMaster goes down. And that might be the intro that they need to succeed. However, as I say that, the Johnsons are going to get eliminated. Despite the elimination on the BeastMaster, the Inferno just have higher damage. Somehow against a Torb and a Bastion. And now I believe it's the Inferno who have the better ult economy here, sitting at 3, about to be 4. The pain here by Chimper doesn't really get anything. Same thing for PlusUltra, but now that's a walled off Reinhardt, and he has a shatter. He's looking for a bait. PlusUltra's looking for it. I know this plays. I know it. I've played these games before. Slam, but it gets blocked. Blizzard did get used by my roommate, and now there's a Reinhardt in no man's land. Chimper's gonna go down. Half of the Johnsons are frozen, and that's a cleanup for the Inferno. Roommate goes down, but it seems as if BeastMaster is gonna go up. Take the fight to him and just launch for Nemesis for him. And yet again, the Johnsons have less time now. They cannot get the time bank anymore. Sitting at about 32. And they're gonna need to push now. Nano Reinhardt and a Coalescence. He is gonna get counted for PlusUltra's anti. They're gonna have to push now. Shadow there by Chimper is gonna get 2. But an insane Suzu by ATP. Rumi though still goes down. Chimper's just swinging for the fences right now. Chimper's still putting this aggression on here. They're not trying to get any space. We're about to enter some overtime. As again, it's up to the Inferno to lose this team fight. This ATP goes down. That's a support, very crucial person. A wall off here, but it doesn't make somebody that important. As Chimper is still swinging on the enemy tanks. BigButty looking for some stragglers here, and he pick up the opponent. Doesn't get anything. Coalescence out. In an insane annihilation right here from BeastMaster, even though he's very low. Into a Visor, into a Katsune Rush as WhiteShadow goes down. A lot of damage being dealt here by BeastMaster, and that's essentially all they need. It's just Chimper right now on the Reinhardt. Uses a shatter, he gets 2 on the ground, almost in 9s, but it's very low. He can't really do much of anything. And yeah. With a heavily boosted annihilation, the Inferno were up another one. Just crazy ults in these team fights here in 6v6. So in the meantime though, we've got ourselves a game. Who is gonna win? It's gonna be number 12. Find out after the break. Welcome back to Scrim Game number 12, and heading into the third map, we are tied 1-1. And let me just say, the manga is working. The strats were to change things up, apparently, for the Inferno. And putting BeastMaster on tank, now everybody can see that this man really does not take his foot off the gas pedal. And I led him to a map victory. However, it's time to introduce to the Scrim Game series the debut of the Clash game mode. I hear a lot of people don't really like Clash. Definitely will say that in terms of balancing, it's a little difficult to play, especially in a game as fast-paced as Overwatch, where points like that matter. However, we think that in terms of an overall game mode, it is way better than Assault. So again, sorry for any Assault fans, but for 6v6, if we ever do this again, it will be Clash. For 5v5, it will be Flashpoint. So now we're gonna go to not Hanamura. It's actually Hanoken now. And the thing about this map is, compared to Temple of Anubis, it is way more open. At least for the most part. A lot of it, the only points here that are closed is really the main one in the middle. Actually, you can say that for Anubis as well, but the throne of Anubis is just, there's a lot more, I guess you can say, there's more like rooms and cover, whereas here it's a lot more open, and a lot of the experienced players in the Scrim Game series also prefer Hanamura as a map. And because they share the aesthetic, they're gonna do the exact same thing. But anyway, BeastMaster's back on the Mauga, PlusUltra's on the Diva this time. Looks like they're gonna run this high damage, high mitigation comp, especially with moving the Reaper. Johnson's gonna run the Mauga Reinhardt again. Chimper really likes to play Reinhardt, as we see PlusUltra. Diving the Bastion. Runs out of Matrix there, he's gonna get antied as well. He's out of mech already. Kavaa goes down on the other side. And that Chimper goes in, gets a pan on ATP, swings on Lumi. And even though WhiteShadow goes down, never mind. Especially soon, BigButty goes down as well, but Sloppy's able to come in. Half of the Johnsons go down, as it's just BeastMaster who is currently allowing the Johnsons to get problems to the point. Half of it is now captured. He finally drops down. He's going to get pinned immediately. Finally, he goes down. I believe that's Kavaa on the high ground, and Lumi. DPS are straddling here. If they don't touch, they're actually getting staggered. And that's what happens to I Am Taco and ACP. Johnson's finally get the map, but they're gonna go into this team fight without a support. You see the positioning already. You see PlusUltra swap to the Junker Queen. Queen Mauga is again more oppression. Ship is going in, gets set afire immediately. Both him and WhiteShadow have to fall back a little bit, but it's okay because the DPS are there. As the point is actually still not open, but Inferno is going to walk to it, as the Johnsons have half the team on it. That's the thing about Clash, you cannot get staggered, otherwise it's the biggest snowball of them all, because it's point after point after point in quick succession. As we see WhiteShadow going to the enemy team trying to prevent them from pushing, but BeastMaster, as Mauga, can't really ignore those laws of physics. He's going to get solo shattered. I believe he actually got eliminated before the shadow went through. By the way, they still press on. And the Johnsons still are sitting at 3 and now 4 ults, as Mumi is forced to run away. But he's going to get chased there by Sloppy, who has a Death Blossom. He has the means to get there. And looks can maybe going to use it. There's a Kasuya Rush. A Bastion Ult, Mauga Ult, Coalescence. Everything's going on my screen again. I can't really keep up with this. Queen Ult from PlusUltra was insane. The Johnsons have lost their tank line, and now that's half the team as BeastMaster again pushing in, as he often does. The Inferno are still pushing this. Ultimately got eliminated there. He's not going to get the early respawn. And finally, at their spawn, the Inferno are going to capture their first objective, moving up one. And they've taken a lot of space here. The Queen Ult was actually very, very crazy there from PlusUltra. He got that in, I believe, less than a minute. There's now the Bastion and Turret. And Sentry, I believe, is the official terminology for it. As moving toggles in the back. Hagan goes down, looking to get ultimate here. But BeastMaster goes down the other time. The Johnsons have no supports. The PlusUltra goes down, and there goes Iron Taco. So still, somehow the Johnsons just push through. even though they have no supports right now, as ATP got staggered. They're getting close. This BeastMaster is actually going to go in. I believe he's trying to get that Reaper there from Slothby. And he is doing a good job of stalling. However, the team is still not there, so I don't really know what the point of that was if nobody was going to touch. Slothby teleports in. Johnson's looking to keep the momentum going, and they've got ults to do it. Low tank also about to go in as Chimper swings to ATP, but he's going to have a teleport. When he goes down and the auto fire strike. As WhiteShadow goes in. Low tank ults come out there, 2 go down and 2 are in the cage. This BeastMaster's going to get eliminated there, and the people in the cage are going to be dealt with. But still, the point hasn't unlocked yet. But they need 2 ticks to win. As there's 1 tick, it's getting dangerous now. Blazing Inferno need a touch. WhiteShadow goes in, trying to deter anybody from stepping on, but he gets down because he gets stunned. And no tank goes down. Coalescence there. A Death Boss coming into a Consumer Rush and out the end of the Bastion out there. Sloth uses his ult, but he dies. And ultimately, Johnson's going to get out damaged. That was really unfortunate. They're losing ultimate. He did nano somebody upon his death, but it didn't really matter, as the Inferno just really had more damage. Mumi's Death Blossom got more value than Slothby's there. Slothby actually ended up getting eliminated almost immediately upon using it. And Blazing Inferno get to live another day. It still is match 1, as you heard Athena say right there. And the Inferno need to get a pick here, but ATP goes down first, and it's not looking good. BeastMaster gets antsied. He could have won that if he wasn't antsy. But now both tanks are up there. BeastMaster uses his ult to no avail. He goes down, and now the Inferno are looking in trouble. Half the team is dead, and the rest are very straggling. Big Buddy goes down, but Lion Taco gets rushed, and so does PlusUltra. As now it's up to the Inferno to touch. It looks like it's, maybe it'll be BeastMaster. Yep, there he comes running. Mumi teleports behind as well. WhiteShadow goes to meet BeastMaster, but ultimate dies to ATP. BeastMaster goes down, and so does ATP now, who was actually flanking there. Mumi goes down too. And now it's just stragglers, as Iron Taco the last one to stall, I believe. Does fade away, and there is a grab on the right side of your screen, but no follow-up on it. And that's gonna be the map. What an insane sequence of events. I couldn't even talk about the in-betweens right there. That's just Clash for you, especially with 6 people on each team. But either way, Johnson Society are going to pick up yet another map. It's getting pretty interesting. Seems like they found a answer a little bit for the Amalgam. Just press the gas pedal harder than they can. But will they take the win? Find out after these messages. It's map 4 now, and we have more subs from the Inferno now. ATPs on damage in place of Moomy. And we see the Mercy, and I'm immediately getting flashbacks. Because I think I know where this is going. But anyway, Scrim Game number 12, and I hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. It's looking pretty close so far into the series, even though the Johnson Society are up by 1, anything can change. Especially now as we're heading into Escort. You hear the guitar in the background. This is a track that I really enjoy because we're going to Route 66. The story about this map actually is not as interesting as you think. I believe it was a troll pick because people really don't like this map apparently, but ever since strategy was discovered on this map, it has actually become quite oftenly picked ever since that strategy was found out. What exactly is that strategy? Well, if you give me a couple of seconds, I think the Inferno are looking to use that strategy in their favor. Of course, with C6 being an escort map, especially with these type of team comps, it might be in store for a long one. I'm not gonna lie, and my voice cannot handle that. So if you hear my voice break, yeah, this is why. I've come to appreciate some of the shorter maps these days because they usually end pretty fast. Just things like push and clash, but escort are definitely one of the longer ones. And here we go. Seems like the Inferno are going to be attacking first. Kava's on Bastion now. ATP, of course, locking in his Symmetry Genji. There is a Malga, and it seems like an Orisa actually from PlusUltra. Orisa Malga can be just as oppressive as a Queen Malga, but we'll have to see. Meanwhile, Johnson Society, WhiteShadow is going to be playing the Ramatra and Sloth Bees in the May. And that's the strategy that I was alluding to. May has been found to be very, very good when it comes to defense. Just this map is, you can abuse it. But speaking of abusing, BigButtyMan gets absolutely blasted there. He got very low. And now Inferno get an early pick, and PlusUltra's behind on a flank. It's going to be pressured out by WhiteShadow, but meanwhile Genji in the back line. The Johnsons are all over the place and people are low. ATP likes what he sees and he's going to go in. BeastMaster also followed up with some fire. And the Johnsons are forced to play around the gas station, waiting for their supports to respawn. But as we know, BeastMaster, he does not like going back. He's going to go in and meets a Reinhardt in the charge, and of all people, Hagan goes down first. Chimper, the tank line is gone, and there goes BigButty. And as you saw, yet again, the Inferno just pushed through everything that the Johnsons have for them. Of course, we can't diminish the accomplishments of ATP as much as we love to hate on him. They can't deny that his Genji play is probably the best in the series. PlusUltra does get very, very low. There's a Bastion being forced to run away. There's a battle of Bastions going on actually. BigButty versus Kavaa. Place your bets now. But I guess ultimately, as is the tale of 6v6, it's going to come down to the tanks. His Chimper is low though. You see him trying to run away. BeastMaster ran into Big Stomp, but it's a both tanks anti on Inferno. But ultimately, again, it's a support from the Johnsons who goes down first. Chimper goes down next. And the WhiteShadow's getting really, really low. He's forced to retreat. But BigButty gets knifed into their team. He's going to go down. As ATP with a little bit of a 2 right there. And he's still going in, still dashing. And it's going to be 3. It's not looking good here for the Johnsons. They cannot allow their support line to get bombarded. Seems like there's a bit of a miscommunication right there as Chimper and WhiteShadow playing a little bit more aggressively than they should. Speaking of aggressive, BeastMaster caged one person, two people into a Dragon Blade there. He was anti. BeastMaster goes down as he should from that position, but Chimper did go down with him. And ATP has no dash, gets traded. But they did have to lose the point in order to do that. And that's not good for the time bank as the Inferno have 5 minutes to push this last strike point. The Inferno are sitting comfortably at 4 ults. And the Johnsons don't have that much, they have 3. National incoming from BigButty. Doesn't get any eliminations unfortunately, not even a row there. BeastMaster goes in, but it gets anti. has a huge ult from PlusUltra, but there's an even bigger blizzard in the background from Sloppy. He does go down though, and the tanks from the Johnson side just cannot survive all that against them. As Kavaa trying to get some stragglers, gets a little bit lost in the execution, but ultimate did get staggered, and looks like Hagan might as well be able to get out of there. And BeastMaster again, not letting go of the gas. He doesn't want the Johnsons to leave their spawn. He's taking a 1v1 against a Malga and a Bastion. That's not going to end well for him. BigButty with 2 now. They got to ignore this payload. Add on to WhiteShadow on the left side of the screen. As he has his ult, but they may not need it. He's just looking to out-damage some people. That's exactly what he's doing. Goes in for a stomp, forcing ATP to retreat. And for the meantime, Johnsons have won a team fight. ATP gets res there. May have been a little bit too early to use that res, but they did get 1 minute off the clock with that. This WhiteShadow though gets very low. He is stuck in the inside. There's a clean ult there by Chimper. The tanks are low and Anna's support in the back. That's clean up in a half hour scene, but he gets eliminated by his counterpart. That's now his PlusUltra who has a little bit of space, but not enough for the team to do so. He goes down. It's just ATP. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was a pretty good wall there, ensuring that Chimper didn't go too aggro again, getting checked as we see ATP on the far left, going back to his team now. But Blazing Inferno look like they want to push this. BeastMaster just does that. He puts down the cage. He's got 2 in there. Chimper cannot retreat to his team. Unfortunate timing by Hagan to use that coalescence. As BeastMaster's again pushing the gas. He gets slept. He gets anti. He is down. BigButty looking to get more stragglers. The Dragon Blade there was used by ATP. Gets ultimate in the first slash. He's mercy pocketed. BigButty has 2. And ATP's running the targets to slash, so he's gonna have no dash. Only goes down not soon after. And again, despite getting eliminated first, not only just the respawns, but just being able to hold out, the Johnsons have now significantly decreased the Inferno's time bank, but they still have 2 minutes and 30 seconds, which especially on S1 maps is huge. The wall comes off here, blocking the Bastion. This Kavaa has to shoot it down. A lot of people are low on Inferno, but just people are low on the Johnsons. So the cage goes out into a blizzard. Bastion ult from Kavaa, but his whole team is frozen. And that's easy clean up there from Chimper. Sloppy pushing the gas. He wants more kills. He's trying to get in there, trying to get this mercy. He's very low. Can he get the mercy though? I don't think so. He's gonna have to self-heal. PlusUltra self-heal to the Orisa, but he gets eliminated. Ultimate does go down to the Bastion. And again, I believe it's just him. Yep. But the Inferno are now respawning. They're forced to back out. That's Hagan. Yep, there it is. They swap onto the Junkrat. Chimper cannot use his axe, so he can't get heals. BeastMaster goes down, but everybody on the side of the Johnsons is low because they don't have supports yet. Sloppy and Chimper are going to go down. BigButty looking for that mercy pick, but he can't quite get it. PlusUltra pushing the Malga. WhiteShadow's going to have to sustain some numbers, but he's going to do damage and he can't do that. BigButty goes down as well. And now the Inferno are slowly pushing the payload towards the checkpoint. The supports finally are out of spawn, but it's going to be them who's going to have to touch. As we see Hagan. Ultimate dies, not even touching the payload. Hagan goes down as well. Sloppy and Chimper having to deal with the Bastion. There goes WhiteShadow. WhiteShadow lands. Has to be sure to touch the point. He's trying to damage the Bastion, and he's going to get solo tired by ATP. And although they did it with a minute remaining, the Inferno do still finish the map. And that is just crazy. I don't know how it is for you guys at home watching this, but casting this is when we realize that the amount of screen clutter going on is actually insane. Either way, it seems that the change was again tactical there by the Inferno. They want better damage to better support the high damage and oppressiveness of the tanks. And ATP is just the guy to do that. However, now in the defense, it looks like he's going to be playing a little bit of an Ashe. Ashe actually assists Malga, a little bit of tech for you guys at home. Not only can Malga ignite people and deal crit damage, it's with anybody who's on fire, so dynamite counts. And that's, I think, especially with this Mercy Pocket, the difference maker. We see that BeastMaster was taking a lot of fights up to WhiteShadow and winning because of that Mercy Pocket. Malg obviously not really having to rely that much on his passive to heal because he just has a constant stream of it behind him.
What are you on about? What are you on about?
And we see Chimper swapping to the Queen. He was already playing it a little bit.
The gods pity the man who
Stupidity
remains
is
sane.
not a right.
And PlusUltra seems like he's sticking to the Orisa on defense.
Yeah, I got you.
Stupidity is not
If you got me.
what are you on about?
Coming out of spawn here. Johnsons have a high task ahead of him. Let's see if they can get it done. And WhiteShadows already have, same thing for PlusUltra. ETP there was getting low as well, not sure from what. As Chimper is trying to get a knife just like them in the first round. BeastMaster gets caught, but he has a run. He's low, but he gets the health pack, an insane health pack positioning right there. As there is an Orisa in the background who's very low, manages to get out, no way. As the Johnsons are just being picked off by the tanks and ATP. They're going to be forced to go back to spawn. And that was just unfortunate. They were at one point, half of Blazing Inferno was low, but nobody was eliminated. And the Johnsons were just caught for being overextended. And again, Johnsons are still low. Not really gonna heal as Big Buddy goes down. Not really much you can do and push if you don't have any help to do so. As now the tanks are opting to go ahead. WhiteShadow stomps Iron Taco. Chimper signified with BeastMaster, as WhiteShadow actually got, I believe, speared off the map. ATP gets knifed into the enemy team, and that's free eats there from Chimper, or not, as there's a flashing turret. A very good wall to prevent ATP from, or not, Chimper from possibly dying. Maybe this is what the Johnsons needed. Sloppy has an ult, but he's very low. PlusUltra getting supported by himself, manages to ult, does go down in his ult. BeastMaster's back, and we know he's built to the metal. Eliminates WhiteShadow almost immediately. He gets antied. He is low, but the Bastion's not shooting at him. It's a high amount of damage that's not going towards him. And ATP's back in the high ground. Shoots at a ball. He's going to be sitting in the Johnson back line. Gets eliminated. Oh, he sent him off the map. Never mind. But it doesn't matter because the Inferno just have too much damage. His ultimate doesn't get staggered. This is insane damage, as I mentioned before. The Ash Dynamite is just allowing BeastMaster to get a lot of damage and a lot of ult charge. A lot of ults here from both teams. It's going to come to these ults that are going to be crucial, but Big Buddy was too low to get healed there in the corner. So Johnson's already down one. And that's enough for BeastMaster to go in. And ult comes down. But there is a coalescence there from BlastedHagan. As BeastMaster looks like he might go down, he's low, but he's not going to focus. He does ultimately go down to an anti. And now Mumi's down as well. He did get the res off though. As WhiteShadow goes down again. Chimper goes down with a very aggressive ult, but he does not have enough heals to survive. Or maybe he does, because the ult gives him that. He's still looking to go in. Cannot hit his shots, and he's going to go down. Sloppy did as well. But it seems like Johnsons have just enough to make a push. But the Malga is back. I repeat, the Malga is back. WhiteShadow takes the fight to him. He is pretty low. Yep, he lost his support. He's gonna go down. And with 30 seconds remaining, the Johnsons can finally get past that corner, like I mentioned before. This is, oh man, this is just Overwatch. A big wall off there from Slothby. Kavaa looking to force people off the point, but it seems like the Johnsons aren't gonna leave. And there it is. Slothby though, get eliminated. 6 seconds left, and I haven't got it quite yet. Ultimate gets a huge double anti. WhiteShadow gets eliminated, but he does use the cage masher, but he is trapped to this one room. And I believe that is enough. There it is. Johnsons finally get the point. Kavaa looks like he might get staggered here if he doesn't get away soon. But the Bastion has no abilities. And peep the time difference. Johnsons only have 2 minutes to get to this next checkpoint, and I believe this is the longest one out of all three. Meanwhile, the Inferno, about to get 5 ults against the Johnsons 4. The Johnsons have no tank ults. See a knockabout going on here. Again, that mercy pocket. BeastMaster's health bar not really going down that much. Chimper looking to get a knife off the high ground, but it's not going to get, especially with the Bastion that is in turret mode. WhiteShadow goes down and the next falls ultimate. There goes Big Buddy, and it seems like Johnson's are on the retreat. Again, just how crucial these first picks are in a team fight. And I hear a cage match from BeastMaster. I believe that was a solo onto BlastedHagan. Crazy work, and Chimper's gonna go down. Again, these are not very good staggers, especially when we don't have a lot of time in the time bank.
I must recharge.
So that wasn't all there used by BeastMaster, but the Inferno still have 5, while Johnson still only have 4. Now 3 is Big Buddy looking to get something. Has some people with a huge ult by Big Buddy. Looking to get 4. Yep, ATP goes down. And there goes PlusUltra. What a ult there by Big Buddy. And now the Johnsons have a little bit of a way to make their way. But again, less than a minute left, and they're still a decent amount of distance away from their checkpoint. And if I'm not mistaken, the Inferno are looking to push that. A little bit of a lonely one going on between BeastMaster and Chimper. BeastMaster's pretty low, he's going to go down. And Kavaa got walled off, a huge wall off, but no one's there to capitalize on him. Doesn't invest, there's a Bob and another Bastion by Kavaa. 2 are frozen. Ultimately goes down to the Bastion wall, but the checkpoint was guy in the background, so ultimately it doesn't matter what happens in the next couple of seconds. There's a knife into the Bastion, doesn't get eliminated though. And PlusUltra's actually deep in enemy lines. Failed wall off there by Slothby. But either way, a minute and 30 for the Johnsons to try to escort this. They need to get essentially 2 perfect fights. Maybe. And I'm not even sure if they can get the time back here. People are very low. Tunnel goes down first. Inferno without a support. There's an ult there by Chimper, but he's gonna get flattened. He does get a tank still. As Kavaa goes down and way in the bag. A ransom by Taco. PlusUltra uses his ult, gets it successfully, but he's not gonna eliminate anybody. Goes down. The Johnsons are pushing up. WhiteShadow leading the charge. He's on the support. He wants to get a support here, but they're in spawn. The Mercy though, he has to go around. He has to go around a long way. It's unfortunate. The Mercy was also very low. And now BeastMaster's back, and with that Mercy pocket, I don't know about this one. He's gonna get hugely outdamaged. How the turntable since this call less than Spy and Taco. I believe that's PlusUltra on the ball right there. And now it's the Johnsons who are low. 30 seconds remaining, and ultimate goes down, and so does Hagan. And this is looking like a lost team fight. They're trying to regroup now while they still have the time. ATP does go down though, but they do have to spawn, so I don't think it really matters that much. Johnson's coming in. They're gonna have 3 ults. A res down to ATP. Again, I don't think it was needed because he's so close from the spawn. But either way, it's WhiteShadow is pushing in. He's already very low. He gets his ult off. 2 cage matches and a blizzard being used here. Bastion by Big Buddy. Can he make it huge again? He's got to. The rest fall to the blizzard, and it's just PlusUltra left to stagger. He gets slept. Wall up there from Slothby. And in overtime, the Johnson Society are going to make it. Actually, I believe that was a detriment to himself there by BeastMaster. Caging the cage. Just double shield in his face. He's not really going to make anything out of that. And with 1 in time bank rounds. Both teams only have a minute though, with the Inferno only having 7 seconds on the Society here. So I believe that means that the Johnsons have to attack first. And it looks like ATP might be experimenting with a Pharah. He did swap the Junkrat from the Ashe, possibly for some burst damage. And now with the Pharah, that actually confirms my suspicions. And a minute in general is not that good of a time. I'm sorry, 2 minutes and 7 is what the Inferno had. So they actually have a whole minute on them. That is not looking good, especially for a map like an escort map where momentum really gets you. the Johnsons have to essentially play the most perfect of Overwatch if they want to have a good distance on the Inferno.
4, 3, 2.
They're gonna walk out with almost the verbatim the exact same team combo they ran. And that Bastion is just doing heavy damage again. The tanks from the Johnson Society are taking a lot of damage. Can't really engage, you don't have health. Chimper though is both tanks actually now looking at that far from ATP. A knife onto BeastMaster. But Big Buddy goes down all the way in the back. Chimper again denied his axe, he can't self-heal. This BeastMaster's gonna go in. This time gets stomped by WhiteShadow. BeastMaster goes down, that's the opening that they need. They need to follow up on this. I saw a knife into Kavaa, but Ultimate goes down. Hagen goes down as well, so now the Johnsons are without supports. But meanwhile, Chimper is still alive, barely. And he has to face a whole Ilios with the support. It's 3-on-3, but it's a whole awkward amount of 3. This Big Buddy gets slapped, he's gonna have to fall back a little bit. Chimper finally goes in, but he gets eliminated almost immediately. Sterling is 1 of 3 on the point. Another tank now, WhiteShadow there has the damage to clear it up. Gets slapped, it's not gonna matter. The enemy goes down. But that Pharah has a null. That's a dangerous situation to be in. Yeah, he's just waiting to use it. As Big Buddy gets his counterpart and gets 2. But ATP has the means. He's got Hagen looking for another one. He's got Ultimate. He got all supports with that. It's not looking good with the society. That's just 3 on the point right now. Both tanks and Slothby. And I believe they did get the stragglers as I'm Taco looking to stall a little bit, maybe. Yep, he does go down. The auto goes down immediately, gets stomped on. PlusUltra goes down without his support. And again, this is up to the Inferno to lose. As now they can't really contest this, otherwise they'd be getting staggered themselves. So that's a checkpoint from the Johnsons, but it is in overtime, so they cannot leave the point. They've got 3 ults coming in on 5. And the Inferno really only have 3. That's Big Buddy looking to get an early pick here. Doesn't really find much, but there's a Pharah in the back. A Coalescence there by BlastedHagan. Looking like an aggressive one at that. WhiteShadow gets anti when he goes in. Both tanks anti actually. A cage match now, and Nano onto a Malga. Another Coalescence, a Blizzard, and another ult from the Bastion and the Orisa. A lot is happening on my screen, but half the Johnsons just died in front of my face. And now it's just Slothby there stalling. And that's all it's going to be for the Johnsons. They got stuck between a rock and a hard place, let me tell you. I believe, I don't even remember, but that was like more than half the lobby in terms of ults being used. People were getting cage matched everywhere. A Blizzard that actually I didn't see. Maybe it got eaten, maybe it just disappeared. An Orisa ult as well, that was just, at the end of the day, the Inferno's high damage just outpowered the Johnson sustain. And that's not looking too good. Like I said, 2 minutes for the Inferno to get 1 checkpoint and essentially just a couple of steps on the second one. That was not a good position to be held up on. Especially if they run that exact same comp again, it might not be enough to stop the Inferno. As WhiteShadow is actually on the Orisa, borrowing something from PlusUltra's book right there. But Chimper's on the Queen, so there is no Malga here to counteract BeastMaster. One could say that could work, in theory, or not, as WhiteShadow goes back to the Malga. So maybe he was thinking about it. Again, in theory it could work, but you need to have sustain, which right now the Inferno seem to be having a lot of damage. I'm talking about it got half. And again, the enemy tanks are already on the high ground. And on the BeastMaster, he's gonna go down. As PlusUltra now has to fall down. ATP is back on the Pharah, he's looking to get a little bit more damage than he did in the last round. But it's the Inferno right now who are lowest. Ultra goes down. Chimper with 2, 3, 4. I believe that was 4. And in the meantime, this is good for the Johnsons. They need to burn as much of the clock as possible. PlusUltra is actually swapping to a Reinhardt. Looked like he was swapping to a Roadhog, but Hagan goes down. I believe that was the Valkyrie fire. That is not good for the Johnsons. They're now one support down. This Big Buddy goes down next. This Pharah is oppressing. And the Johnsons cannot survive the influx of damage without their supports. That is a crazy pick there. Onto Hagan, who was actually their primary source of healing here on the Moira, being able to multi-heal. And now it's not looking good. 1 minute. And the Inferno are looking to make progress onto the checkpoint. The Johnsons are back. They have to deal with a Pharah. Stock is actually really low and HP almost doesn't ult. This is detrimental here. The Johnsons gonna have to serve a lot of ult. HP does go down, but they need to touch. He's able to, no, nobody's gonna touch. They've got 2 picks, but they ultimately don't mean anything now due to spawns, and it looks like the Johnsons are actually aggressing. I'm not sure why they're aggressing, as Chimper got anti, PlusUltra goes down. Johnson's going to take the team fight here, but Chimper goes down, and this is what I fear. Everybody who gets eliminated now is not going to be available for the next fight, and now Johnsons are slowly falling. It's almost as if I just called this. WhiteShadow's the only one up, and he's going to have to burn as much time as possible. But the checkpoint's right there. The destination is a couple of meters away from him now. Chimper stomps to the ball, but I don't think he can even make it in time. He's nowhere near the point. And yep, people are leaving the payload as it gets exploded. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to map 5. My voice is dying, I can't even speak, I'm not even gonna lie. But ultimately, the Inferno just used their ults, had a better ult economy in there, and they're gonna take us to map 5. Place your bets now if you haven't already. Who wins swim game number 12? It has come to this. Map 5. 6v6. Scrim Game. No subs for this last map, as I'm pretty sure both teams are looking like they have finally figured out their comps. And just a little bit of a sidetrack, my fun fact here in case no one has noticed. All the music tracks that I use in between intermissions and in between rounds are thematically suited to the map that's currently being played, so if you ever wanted to guess what the map was before, just listen to the music. And because of that, you know we're going to the Coliseum at Colosseo. Push being the map that, one of the very few maps that you can't draw, but also one of the faster maps. Always taking 10 minutes to finish. And this is the perfect map, in my opinion, to end this incredible series as we hear the horns playing in the background. This whole scrim has been labeled and defined by the tank play and just the matchups going on between the tanks and the damages. No better way than an old-fashioned Coliseum fight. I am currently recording this at 9 PM, so if I seem tired, that's why. But I'm never tired, truly, for some good Overwatch, and rolling out with Johnson Society for what may be the last time here. As it's all or nothing. Seems like their comp, the Johnsons, is the Orisa Reinhardt. We saw WhiteShadow wanting to swap over to the Orisa earlier, but he didn't really do it. Now he does. Still has to be on the signature Tor drone. And for Blazing Inferno, we see a Doomfist from PlusUltra and the Naga from BeastMaster and ATP on the Genji, so everybody's pulling out their mains for this one. I did hear a Doomfist, there it is, gets slept, gets anti, and nowhere to go. That's PlusUltra gonna go down immediately, so Johnsons have momentum. Naga as a solo tank doesn't really work in 6v6, gonna get a lot of damage being handed to him. They are anti, however, so maybe they have a chance. When he does go down though in the background. So now Blazing Inferno are having to play this without support. BeastMaster went down, Kavaa's next. As PlusUltra swapped back to the Orisa. But ultimately Johnson's won the fight. It's all going to go down to the progress, especially on a map like Colosseo. Push in general is very momentum based, but Colosseo's probably the worst defender in that regard. So now we see the Inferno finally dropping to meet the push. ATP goes down immediately. BigButty gets low, but he's going to get healed by his supports. The tank line from Johnson Society haven't left the point yet. Finally retreating once BeastMaster comes in. He gets slapped. Coalescence being used by BlastedHagan. He uses this aggressively as well. BeastMaster getting very low there. There is a bastion of Kavaa on the high ground there, but they're not really worried about that. Both tanks are anti, and Sloppy goes in with his ult. Separating the team, gets speared away. But the damage has been done as the stragglers have been eliminated. It looks like Chimper wants to chase BeastMaster down. BeastMaster having the best ults. Ultimately, he's going to go down. The Johnson Society are now making it to this first checkpoint. ATP got staggered there. And again, the momentum continues as forward spawn has now been achieved by the Johnsons. Taking the space on the corner is Chimper. Very smart positioning. You need to prevent them from pushing, even though there is that underside, so you need to be careful on who goes where. BigButty did go very low, gets healed again. BeastMaster goes in far side. An anti onto Chimper, a bastion out there by Kavaa. Gets BigButty, so it's a bastion trade. A shatter, 3 people down there for Chimper, but this game's in the backlines. We saw WhiteShadow in the combo. And ATP looking like he has really no one to really push, no team to support him. And again, with I Am Taco getting staggered, Johnsons have the momentum. A tank combo was used there by Johnsons, but they still have 2 ults, one being a nano. Blazing Inferno have 4 ults. There goes the nano into a Dragon Blade, into a cage fight. It's not looking good for the Johnsons. As ATP getting a chance to swing while BeastMaster can keep her up on the top. And the Johnsons are going to get wiped out by that one. 3 ults for that team fight. None used by the Johnsons. And now the Inferno Gonna have to walk all the way back 111 meters to the center before they meet back up with Johnson's ATP again. Looking for some stragglers. There's a turret in his face. He's gonna have to back up. The Inferno make it to the middle. And a huge shadow there from PlusUltra. He does get speared. Coalescence and a molten core. Both coalescence actually. Sloppy goes down. BeastMaster does too. There is still a Genji in the back. My ATP finds the Hagan. Chimper going to peel. PlusUltra going down in the front line. WhiteShadow goes down to a Bastion. But ultimately, Johnson's not only still have momentum, but they didn't allow Inferno to get a single meter of progress. Once again, the Inferno are actually sort of getting staggered here. This half the team just respawned. But yeah, WhiteShadow, as you saw there, is going to have to make a very long trip back to the team fight. The Johnsons recognize this and they're falling back, as BeastMaster is actually on Roadhog. A shadow by Chimper gets 2. PlusUltra and Taco, they go down. BeastMaster on the Roadhog. I'm not really sure what the Roadhog is supposed to be doing right now, except other than getting eliminated. But the Johnsons are going to use that to their advantage, and they are going to push forward. The ATP goes down, getting staggered, and Johnsons already have their forward spawn back. They did that, and they're still gonna have multiple ults along the line for this next one. Shattered by PlusUltra, and it gets 2, but Iron Taco on the Lucio goes down. Nano on the Chimper as BigButtyMan went down. Chimper just swinging his hammer. People are very low, but he himself is low. A deflected fire strike that would have been dangerous. As Chimper actually loses the 1v1 right there, unfortunate. As WhiteShadow goes down to the Bastion ult, I believe he thought he could eat it, but he cannot. Ultimate goes down as well. And I believe the Johnsons may have to be forced to retreat, as Hagan accepts his fate. But again, Johnson's got 8 meters there, despite having to push all the way from the middle of the map. So again, more meters that the Inferno have to push back before they can even start their push. As ATP has a blade, BeastMaster's on Zarya. There's a coalescence there by Hagan, so ATP has to hold onto that blade for a little while longer. Again with an aggressive coalescence. Roommate all the way from the back line gets eliminated. And the Risa ult comes out. Gets the support, PlusUltra goes out as well. BigButtyMan using an ult. Not gonna get anyone. And again, the Inferno are forced to back off, as again, Chimper's gonna chase down BeastMaster. Swinging on him, but that Zarya has a decent amount of health, I'm not gonna lie. WhiteShadow joins him. A solo shatter from Chimper. Not about that one, a beat was invested. Both tanks are Nancy there. WhiteShadow got slept, and there's a triangle by ATP, and I don't know about this one, because both tanks are down. Dash reset, and ATP, he's going to take that every day of the week, except on Sundays. Hagan did get an elimination, but doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things. As again, Slothly actually used his ult there, I did see that. Might have been a fat finger. But again, the Inferno had to use 2 ults just to get out of that corner. Finally back in the middle of the map again. Shadow there by PlusUltra gets stunned, and his Shadow got blocked, and now he's down. ATP goes on as well, a grab, but ATP is there. He's swinging on the Zarya, he's not going to let him get away this time. And the Inferno again are being pushed back. They just cannot stay alive long enough to make a sustainable push. And again, Chimper from downtown. A pin onto the Kavaa gets slipped, but Mumi ends up going down again. There's the Inferno now. A little bit of a faster respawn this time, but they still didn't stop the bot, so Johnsons have a forward spawn again. Flashing on now by Kavaa, looking to get some people. I see a lot below there for the Johnsons, but nobody actually went down. Chimper got antied. My heart trading. BeastMaster went down, who's now under Mantra, ATP, and Mumi. And there goes Kavaa, so now finally the Johnsons are looking like they finally get to push this last part after a long time of attempting to do so. And we've got a decent amount of people to do it. There's BigButty. This kind of ult can end the game. Somebody was very low. Lumi's down, but that's a nano Ramatra. He's looking to fist Slothby. Big Buddy getting very low there. Hagan goes down, Big Buddy does too. The Ramatra's proving to work. And that's a lot of damage being spouted, but both tanks go down again. So maybe there's a chance that they can get their supports back, but the tanks are very low. WhiteShadow's very low, as you can see. He passed it back up. He's going to get caught in the corner between the bus. And that's unfortunate. And Chimper trying to take a fight to this Junkrat, but grenades do a lot of damage, and he himself is low to have support. Slothby having to back up. But still, even though they lost the fight, 135 meters, they almost won the map right then and there. And it's do or die for the Inferno. 1 minute remaining, 0.86 meters. If they're gonna make a comeback, it has to be right now. Needs to be now on the Cassidy. He's looking for another off angle. People are low. A headshot on the ultimate. That's exactly what they needed. This BeastMaster on this Ramatra is about to get him over, but Lumi's down again. He gets caught all in the backline. Hagan does as well though. So maybe it's where Chimper falls. ATP, 2 crits. Slothby goes down. And now finally, after 9 whole minutes, essentially 10 now because it's going to be overtime, finally the Inferno are making progress. And here's where I say again, they have to play perfect Overwatch. They're about to have 5 ults. Johnsons have less. It's going to come down to this. Katsune rush, but there's no something in the backline. And there's Airshadow gets blocked there, but an annihilation. But half of those Inferno are dead. But people are Johnson are low. As a Bastion with 3, BeastMaster gets still as a Deadeye. But BeastMaster goes down, WhiteShadow goes down, but it's just ATP because half his team is dead. I almost just lost my voice. My heart rate is through the roof. But ultimately, Johnson Society are gonna win. I could probably just make an analysis off that last team fight alone, but ultimately, it is the Johnson Society coming out on top. I just know BeastMaster's raging in chat. Probably his supports as well. But that was amazing. Can't lie. Johnsons were the better team. They were just able to lock BeastMaster down on that last map, as BeastMaster was in Alga for very long. He actually played, I think, like 5 different tanks. Ultimately, despite BeastMaster being really oppressive, if you can only play 1 tank, you can't expect to win them all, and that's exactly what the Johnson Society accomplished today. But speaking of which, when it comes to player of the match, we're making a little bit of history here. This might be very controversial to a lot of people, but I think it's a true decision when I say that BeastMaster is player of the match. I say a little bit of history because normally we'd award player of the match to a player on the winning team. So BeastMaster, I think, is the first player in the Scrim Game series history to ever get player of the match from the losing team. And it's a very simple reason. He was the factor, the it factor, not just for the Inferno, but for the entirety of the scrim. When the whole lobby has to shift for one person, that shows promise. And even though I might be giving BeastMaster a bit of an ego trip here, I can't deny that Amaga with a Mercy Pocket is insane. So hopefully I don't make too many people mad when I say this, but I believe that in this matchup in particular, BeastMaster showed potential. And when it comes to this friend group, when it comes to this series, potential is something that anyone will take. So a little bit of a highlight reel right there before we get into the exact numbers. So although you see, not a very impressive stat line. In fact, I think that's one of the weaker ones from all the player of the matches we've had. But man, I can't deny, when there's a Maga running 100 miles in your direction, you best have a plan to stop him. And for almost 2 whole maps, there was no answer to this man. and I'm out of breath. I can't lie. Oh my god. Everything hurts. My back hurts, my throat hurts, paws on both, but ultimately it's my job to do this, so. And you guys know I love a good game of Overwatch. So ultimately, again, like I said for like the 1000th time, what a series. What an amazing series. But before we go, before we end things off officially, I want to highlight some things now that we got access to this new technology. There's some flanks that I wanted to see before. Here we see ATP and BeastMaster when he was still on DPS. And can I just say, playing against this is actually insane. It's annoying. BeastMaster on Sombra, ATP on the aggressive support. You see right there, BeastMaster on the bottom of your screen, just moving around, hacking people. And people didn't really have an answer for that. You know, Sloth to be unfortunate. Hack and Cube, go crazy. Yeah, he got two. Both DPS into the EMP. There it is. So even though he still got eliminated, that's still half the team dead. Most importantly, your damage dealers. So. And here we go. This is the one I really wanted to see on Blizzard World. There we go. WhiteShadow is about to push in with his cage match. So yes, ATP and Kavaa were not put in this ult. So you can see the Bastion one. Bastion actually, I'm not sure if it got eaten or something, but it did not do that much damage. And that allowed them to recover. You know, PlusUltra just hit a big shatter. That's all it was. Same thing happened here on Hanoka. We see Johnson's actually had the take. They were approaching the last one, but ultimately it's stomped on. It does get nano, but again, Mimi's Blossom I think got more value than Slothy because Slothy almost got eliminated immediately. And BeastMaster with the cage. Just nowhere to go, nowhere to run. And ultimately that's how they brought that back, despite the fact that it was looking pretty rough at the beginning, I'm not gonna lie. But again, just so many ults on the screen, it's kind of hard to see. Next on King's Road, the very last team fight. Or no, one of the last team fights there for the Johnson Society. BeastMaster goes in. A coalescence, yeah, like I said, an aggro coalescence, forcing him on the opposite end. So yes, the PlusUltra did eat the Blizzard. That was a huge ult to have eaten. That is crazy. Because that single-handedly would have stopped the remaining influx of damage that they had. And here we have a little bit of a sell from Chimper. His reluctantness to, or his lack of, therefore I should say, to not let BeastMaster leave. An aggro beat to save BeastMaster into a Dragon Blade. And although he was anti, ATP still making it work. But ultimately it was not going to be enough for the rest of that map. That's actually crazy. I'm still thinking on that in Blizzard. But man, this has gone on for far too long, and I'm stressed out. I don't really say things like this behind the scenes, especially on live broadcasts, but it's fun making these, despite how much stress they put on me. This took 2.5 weeks to finish. I think this is probably the longest scrim we've ever had in total on time. 6v6, 5 maps. Doesn't get any better than that. Again, it's your boy WhiteShadow. I appreciate everyone who plays in this. I appreciate everyone who's watching this. I cannot be any more happy that the series is still doing numbers, despite it being started on a dream. So if you've ever been a fan of these, please share it, keep watching them. And it's getting pretty emotional. It feels like it's the last one, but no, this is just a really good one. I know for a lot of people, especially the new generations, this is the introduction to it, and I hope I did a good job of highlighting people's skill levels despite what they may or may not agree with. But yeah, it's a new era here at WhiteShadow. Hopefully we can have another one of these soon, but you know, college life kind of prevents that from happening. I would have had like 3 other ones ready if it wasn't for that. But I'm here now, and hopefully you've enjoyed this just as much as I have. So again, thank you for the support. thank you for making these worth making and worth watching. It's been great. It's been real. But I'm gonna sign off for the night and get some rest after this one. So, appreciate you all. Catch you in the next one.